Okay, so let's have a look at the Junior Certificate Higher Level Maths Paper 2 for 2019, question 1. So here we have John, and he measures the heights of 8 students in his class. The heights are, and they give you the heights here. These are in centimeters, and we've got to work out the range. Well, the range is just the largest minus the smallest figure. So let's see, we have 141, 165, 67, 68, 69, 70, 72. So they're in order. So all we've got to do is work out the range by taking the 172 and subtracting 141. So if you do that, you get 31 centimeters. And that's it, really. You just, yep, that's it. So second one, write down which of these heights is an outlier. Give a reason for your answer. So the outlier here is this 141, because look, you've got 165, 67, 68, 69, 70, 72. These are all reasonably close, and then you've got 141, which is a lot lower than the others. So the outlier is 141 centimeters, since most of the data is from 165 to 172 centimeters. 141 centimeters is much lower. Than the rest of the data. Okay. Part C, work out the mean of the data. So the mean of the data is just a case of adding them up and dividing by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the mean is equal to 141 plus 165 plus 167 plus 168 plus 169 plus 170 plus 172 plus 172, all divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now when you do that, you get 165.5 centimeters. Okay, so you can see here that if you take out the 141 here, the mean should be up around 168, I think. 169, somewhere up around here, but the 141 is dragging the mean down to the left here a bit, so that's why the mean is a little bit lower than you might think. So you can see how the outlier is affecting the mean here. Okay, so let's have a look at part D then. John also measured the heights of the teachers in his school. John says, most of the teachers in my school have a height that is greater than 175 centimeters. Put a tick in the correct box to show which of the following statements must be true based on what John says. Tick one box only and give a reason for your answer. So the mean height of the teachers is greater than 175 is the first one, and the median, and then they talk about the mode being greater than 175. So which one? Well, the statement is most of the teachers in my school have a height greater than 175. So if one of these statements must be true then, based on what John has said, assuming what John has said is true. So the mean height of teachers greater than 175, well, that may not necessarily be true, because you could have most of the teachers' heights could be below 175, and then you maybe one or two just slightly above, and then you might have an outlier, a very, very tall teacher, which would drag the mean up above 175. So that's not necessarily true here. The median, well, let's look at the mode for next actually. The mode height of the teachers is greater than 175. Well, the modal height would mean that a particular height occurs more often than any other height, but normally when it comes to continuous data, you normally wouldn't have a mode. Now it depends on how accurately you're going to measure this, but if if you have two people who are fairly close in height, the more accurately you measure their height, you're going to find a difference between those two heights. So it would be very unusual to have continuous data where you would have both figures, both heights the same. So normally you wouldn't have a mode when it comes to continuous data. So the answer here is going to be median. So the median height of teachers is greater than 175. So we can say something like if the median height is greater than 175 centimeters, then if the median height is greater than 175, then more than 50% of the data is greater than 175, because what the median means is that 50% of the data is above that particular value and 50% is below that particular value. So if the median value is greater than 175 centimeters, that means you'll have 50% above that particular value, and you'll have some values below the median but still greater than 175 centimeters. So if the median height is greater than 175 centimeters, then at least 50%, or more than 50% in fact, of the data must be greater than 175 centimeters. Okay, so that's really it actually for question 1.